But hi, everyone. Welcome to our 2022 ScriptCamp Shorts Awards. Applause emojis. My name is Connor. I'm the host of ScriptCamp, and we're joined today by some special industry guests and actors who are going to be performing readings of our winning shorts as we announce them. So thank you all so much for being here. We have, lots of submissions for these contests that we hold, and we're going to have more in the future. So if you didn't make it into these first few, then keep submitting, and we'd love to see your work later. So what is ScriptCamp? We're a screenwriting community focused on helping you go from idea to first draft to polished script. We're part of SkillCamp, which is a larger group that is going to contain many different servers that are geared towards free and low-cost classes to help you master skills to reach your life goals in many categories. After ScriptCamp, we've launched things like WordCamp, focused on novel writing, FilmCamp, Creator Camp, Toon Camp, Code Camp, and more for learning skills like animation and coding and filmmaking. My name is Connor. I've been in LA since about 2015, and I've been repped and signed since 2017 when I first placed in the top 10 of the Launchpad Features contest, and since then have been a working screenwriter in Hollywood, mostly focusing on horror and thriller feature films. We have two industry guests today. Zach, you want to start?
How's it going? Thanks for having me, Connor.
Sure, thanks for coming by. This is Zack Kahn. Anything you want to say about maybe the movie that people know you pretty well for, and anything else you want to just say about yourself?
I wrote Better Watch Out, which is that time of year, so people are enjoying it again, which is exciting. And, I have some other things coming out. I don't want to jinx anything, but it's good to be here. I'm looking forward to hearing the stories, and, thanks for having me.
Sure. Thank you, Zach. And we have Max Perry as well. Go ahead, Max.
Hey, my name is Max. I've done work for, I'm a writer and producer, done work for Blumhouse, as well as I co-wrote and was a producer on the Netflix series The Spy with Sacha Baron Cohen. I'm delighted to be here and to hear some stuff. And Connor and I went to the same high school in Virginia, but years apart because I am elderly and he is youthful.
Thank you, Max. And we have a couple actors here as well. We have Meher Hussein, Aaron Oberst, and Mason Heidger. Thank you all so much for coming, guys. They joined us from the Filmocracy server where they all submitted a short monologue to be considered to read in these horror shorts we'll be doing today. So we'll give them a big imaginary applause sound effect. Imagine the applause. Yeah, maybe we'll just do that. Or maybe we can do, isn't that kind of shaking hands like that? Yeah, that we can do something like that. Thanks so much, guys. We're going to, if we have our sponsors here, then they're free to speak as well. Let me just ask, do we have Lou or anyone here from Filmocracy? Doesn't look like it. That's okay. If they drop by later, they're free to tell you a little bit more about these, but this event would not have been possible without our awesome sponsors like Arc Studio Pro, which is quickly growing to become the new industry standard screenwriting software. It's used by many professionals, such as the writer's room for Arcane on Netflix, and the software is also really beginner-friendly with an intuitive design, so you can check that out at arcstudiopro.com, and if you refer a friend to ScriptCamp and they continue past the free trial, you and your friend will both get a free month of Arc Studio. We're also sponsored by Filmocracy, which is the only movie streaming platform that rewards you to watch films and leave reviews. Users can earn virtual popcorn for watching and rating movies, which they can then spend in the shop to redeem movie tickets, gift cards, and attend film festivals from around the world. 10% of all revenue is divided amongst the users, and 50% goes to the filmmakers directly. It's free to watch over 10,000 films with ads or upgrade to their ad-free Plus plan for just $7.99 a month, or Festival Premium for access to film festivals at just $29.99 a month. So you can watch the winning entries of film festivals from all around the world. So check them out, Filmocracy, at their Discord server. We are also sponsored by Killer Shorts Screenplay Contest, which is run in conjunction with Script Hive, which is a server that we've worked with a lot before. That's one of the top horror short screenplay competitions in the world, with industry judges who all love and produce horror content, and it's a great opportunity to get your script read by a jury of over a dozen literary managers, producers, and horror legends. So you should check out Killer Shorts Screenplay Contest as well. So we're going to start with our awards, I think. So shall we begin with honorable mention? So we're going to give the honorable mention, a first prize, and our sort of grand prize today, with a total of 2 different readings. But we're still going to bring up our honorable mention just to say anything that this writer would like to about his script. So this year's honorable mention will receive, as prizes, 1 month of Discord Nitro, which you can use to upgrade your Discord emojis, personalize your profile, stream high-quality HD, and do a lot more features on Discord. And you can also buy Nitro in the ScriptCamp store with Script Coins, so make sure you know that you can earn Script Coins by participating in ScriptCamp activities. He's also going to win Arc Studio Pro notebook and stickers, and a ScriptCamp fanny pack. That's right, we have merchandise that we're going to be mailing to our honorable mention here. Fanny pack, the ultimate accessory for a screenwriter on the go. So you can keep your pens in there, or your you can keep a Game Boy. I think I used to keep a Game Boy in mine, so you can keep whatever you want in there, really. So in addition to those notebook and stickers, you get the fanny pack, you get the Nitro. So it's great to have you. We're going to announce the winner is Hellbound by Kevin Cooley. Come on up, Kevin. And by coming up, I mean I'm going to drag your avatar up to the screen. There we go. Hi, Kevin. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Great. So we don't have time to do a reading of the honorable mention today, but we still really like the script, and we just wanted to know anything you wanted to say about it, anything that inspired this, or any comments you had on this.
No, it's just an idea I came up with while I was at one of Nacho's kind of free courses, and I thought I'd run with it. It's kind of like I was thinking of developing it into like a feature script, so I just kind of got some ideas down on the short.
Maybe
glad you liked it.
Read the log line.
Yeah, maybe read the log line for us, and if folks want to read this one, they can find it on our ScriptCamp server. They should know that they can read it there. So maybe read it out of the log line for us and tell us what it's about.
Okay, I've got to find log line.
Oh, no problem.
Well, it's basically the log line is there's a sniper team, and they have to fight their way out of hell past people they put there.
Awesome. I think I can bring up the official logline if you want me to read out what you wrote here. It's in the Halloween short channel here. When a sniper team finds themselves in hell, they must fight their way out past the people they sent there. I think you pretty much got it. So there you go. Supernatural military horror. Anything you want to plug, or a website, social media, anything like that you want to share, Kevin?
ScriptCamp is great.
There you go. Plugging ScriptCamp on a ScriptCamp event. We'd love to see that. Thank you, Kevin. So we're going to send you the merch. We're going to send you the Discord Nitro and all the prizes you've won. And thank you so much for entering and submitting. We can host your script on our Discord server for anyone else who wants to read it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Imaginary applause. I think you can do applause if you click show reactions at the bottom. Wait a minute. There we go. I can make them float up from the bottom of the screen. That's fun. Oh, I hear it too. There is a sound effect. That's so cute. Okay. Well, enjoy it, because this OEA platform will be shutting down on December 31st, as we found out yesterday. So enjoy it while you can. Okay, so let's move on to our next award, which is going to be our first prize. So this year's first prize is going to win a month of unlimited script camp that includes over 100 hours of all of our classes, events, boot camps, labs, and workshops in everything we do, like Word Camp, Film Camp, Creator Camp. That's going to be a $29 a month value. We also are going to include 1 month of Arc Studio Pro, 1 month of Filmocracy Plus. Go ahead.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought you were speaking to me. You're also going to get a month of Filmocracy Plus, which gives you the access to more than 10,000 films ad-free at filmocracy.com. And you're going to get a free submission to Killer Shorts 2022, which, as we mentioned, is one of those top horror short screenplay competitions in the world with judges who love and produce horror content. And you're also going to get a hoodie, and that's just going to be great. So this winner is, we're going to have an imaginary drum roll for this. And the tension continues to build. Okay, it's going to be Stung by Roger Grant. Come on up, Roger. Clapping sounds.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, look, all the merch is just getting in the way of his... There, where'd he go? I can't even find him in all the merch. He's buried in a pile of it. Where is his... Where is his... Is this him? Which one is him? Did everyone leave their names on here?
Bottom right.
Bottom right. There he is, Roger. Okay. There he is. Hello, Roger.
Hi. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, everyone. I'm super excited.
We're excited to have you here. Anything you want to say about this one before we do our reading of it? Maybe what inspired this, or what led you to writing this?
I was really inspired by like The Last of Us, the video game, and then the movie The Girl with All the Gifts, how they used like fungus as like the new zombie thing. So I was inspired to try and come up with something of my own based in science, and I'll just leave it at that, or have I completely spoiled everything? But that was my inspiration.
Great. Okay. And do you want to read the logline, or should we leave the logline? Maybe we should just jump right into the reading and have it be unspoiled. Sure. Do you think?
I just realized, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. So I think we better bring our actors up, and we'll move Roger back down for the moment.
Thank you again.
Thank you. So I believe I had. Let me bring the actors up. Hang on. So we have Aaron, we have Mason, and we have Meher. So I believe we were gonna have. So let's have Aaron read for the role of Brian. Mason, do you think you can read the stage directions for this one? And Meher can read the role of Jamie. Everybody good with that?
Okay.
That's great.
All right, let's hope this works. I'm going to try to bring up the script so that we can read along. One moment. My browser seems to have blocked.
You see the little red camera at the top of your browser address bar, on the address bar.
Oh yeah. Thank you for that.
So you just blocked it.
I think I got it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Is this working? Can we see it? It says I'm sharing the application window. Do you see it on your? Oh, there we go. I got it.
There you go.
Okay, we got it. All right.
Cool.
Let's begin. So Mason, if you're reading stage directions, go ahead and take it away.
Exterior forest wide shot. A fat midday sun is beating down on a forest of ancient sequoias. Summer lays hot and thick. Interior forest continuous. Jamie Wright, 25, fit, independent streak, hikes through the woods in a backpack, shorts, and well-worn hiking boots. Jamie didn't stop by REI on her way here. This is a young woman who knows the outdoors. As she moves beneath the towering trees, we hear an earlier phone conversation. Jamie and her father, Brian, mid-debate.
I'm just saying it's all alarmist bullshit. All these melting polar ice caps and invasive moss. Come on, Jamie. If climate change was real...
If? What do you mean if? Look at the lake. Or ignore it, like every other boomer killing us all.
Well, I'm sorry for killing you. I'm going for a walk. Meet you at the cabin. Drive safe.
Jamie, draggled and sweaty, pauses and calls out.
Dad?
She waits. Nothing. Starting to worry, she moves on. Exterior lake, later. Well, it was a lake. Now it's 6 square miles of dust bowl. Not a drop of water can be found on the parched and cracked lake bed. Dust swirls, mixing with shimmering heat waves. The forest now to her back. Jamie stands at the edge of the shallow cliff, overlooking the lake bed. She shields her eyes and squints, scanning for her father, but it's impossible to see beyond 100 yards.
Dad! God damn it.
Her eyes fall on men's-sized boot prints in the dirt near the edge. Buoyed, Jamie climbs down the rocky slope, moving over sedimentary rocks that have been hidden for millennia. Exterior lake bed day. Santa Ana winds sweep the lake bed. Jamie moves through the swirling dust like the lone survivor of an apocalypse. She passes a rusted-out Volkswagen bus, a barrel, a raft, sunken, detritus, exposed by record drought. Then, like a mirage, a settlement materializes from the dust, an outcropping of crumbling brick buildings that formed a small ore mining town some 200 years ago. Exterior mining camp, ruins, day. Jamie walks down a single dirt thoroughfare, cutting through 2 rows of buildings, sagging roofs, crumbling foundations. It's an honest-to-God ghost town. On she goes. Exterior, rock house, day. The town's central landmark, an enclosed 4-story structure made of timber and metal, with a long conveyor belt to the surface. With its broken windows and hanging door, it leaves the impression of a tall, abandoned cabin.
Dad!
A hope-crushing silence. Then a faint buzzing sound carries over the wind. Jamie spins, looking around, on edge, but the sound vanishes. There are only the gusting winds. Jamie spots something in the dirt outside the rock house's open entryway, a familiar canteen. Her eyes glint with hope. Interior rock house stairwell, day. It's dark in here. The air stale, narrow shafts of sunlight slip through the timber walls, illuminating drifting dust. Jamie reaches the staircase leading up into darkness and with a calming breath climbs the creaking, rotting stairs.
Dad, it's me. You here? Do not jump out at me.
Interior rock house, 3rd floor, day. Jamie steps warily into the room. Dirt and scattered machine parts litter the floor. A voice comes through the shadows.
Jamie?
Oh, thank God.
Like a ghost, Ryan Wright, 50s, shambles into view, and Jamie's relief turns to horror. Brian looks like a zombie, eyes sunken pits, flesh stretched over a pale, gaunt face. His flannel shirt hangs in tatters over his emaciated torso, yet he smiles warmly.
I have 1 miracle left.
Jamie shrugs off the odd remark. Her dad needs her, but as she moves to steady him, a fist-sized mass rises from his abdomen, stretching the skin to the point of translucence.
Oh my God!
Brian lets out an exultation of delight as the flesh splits open, and an insect larva the size of a fire log emerges from the hole, oozing slime like snot as if it wriggles free.
No blood. See? Miracle.
The writhing larva spills out onto the floorboards with a wet thump, the circular wound closing without a drop of blood.
What the hell was that?
Jamie swings her hiking pole down hard into the larva's back.
No!
Impaled, the larva seizes up in a rictus U, then goes limp. The last thing Jamie sees is her father's meaty fist, crushing her nose. Interior mining camp, rock house, 4th floor, day. Jamie blinks and opens her eyes, trying to orient herself. Her nose is caked in blood, hands and ankles bound with rope. She winces at the sight of human remains, a pile of bones, a cave skull, tattered clothes and tents, and worst of all, her father, not dead, but a zombified sentry watching over. The nest. Made of a paper-like pulp, the structure spans the floor to ceiling, its hexagonal cells big enough to fit a large child.
Dad, it's me. It's Jamie. Wake up, please, Dad.
Her eyes dart to a cell where the pulpy cover breaks open. 2 black antennae appear, probing, then a triangular head with huge compound eyes and mandibles like bolt cutters. Crawling onto the nest, the creature fans its wings to dry. Jamie watches in unutterable horror. Brian looks like he's ready to pass out cigars. The larvae are now wasps the size of pigs.
Dad, wake up, please!
The wasp hops to the floor, skitters straight for Jamie. With a scream, she frantically kicks at it.
Get away!
The wasp deftly sidesteps her kicks, looking for an opening. Jamie stops kicking and waits, lulling the wasp closer as it leaps onto her legs. She wedges the rope binding her ankles into his gnashing mandibles, and snap! Jamie is free. The wasp takes flight, buzzing like a power line as Jamie dives for a hiking pole and decapitates it with one swing. Jamie screams and finds a second wasp, tearing into the flesh of her calf. Jamie spears the monstrosity like a fish. Brian tackles her like a scarecrow on Benny's, choking her. Tears streak down Jamie's cheeks. Her father is already dead. With a choking sob, Jamie jabs the tip of her hiking pole into his ear and pushes. Crunch. Jamie gasps as her father's voice, like grip, reflexes, and he slumps over, dead. The last thing she sees are 6 newborn wasps sinking their mandibles into Brian's flesh. Then she hurls herself down the conveyor belt, tumbling 4 stories to the earth below. Exterior lakebed day. Hands still bound, Jamie runs like mad across the wind-swept lakebed. As she passes the rusted-out Volkswagen, a terrible buzzing sound stops her in her tracks, and she shields her eyes from the swirling dust as the queen wasp lands 10 yards away, big as a bear and twice as maternal, with a stinger like a dagger and twice as sharp. Eyes locked onto the queen, Jamie edges to the Volkswagen and breaks off a long piece of scrap metal. The queen wasp charges across the packed earth. Jamie rears back her arm, ready to strike as we smash to black. Exterior, cabin, wide shot. Nestled in the woods, the picture of rustic charm. Exterior, right family cabin, front yard, 1 week later. Close on Jamie's back. She's in a t-shirt and worn denim overalls, wrapping something around a tree. Finished, she climbs down from her step ladder, revealing a giant light blue ribbon that reads, "It's a boy!" Wider. Every tree in the front yard has a ribbon wrapped around it. 8, maybe 10, some light blue, some pink. Jamie heaves a contented sigh, then turns to us, rubs her stomach, looking a sallow and tired, but swollen with pride.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. That was Stung by Roger Grant. Roger, do you want to read out the logline for us now that we have heard the short?
Yeah, I just want to say, though, Mason, that was an amazing reading, and Hair and reading. Was it Aaron? You guys were fantastic. Like, thank you for making me sound good.
Awesome job, guys.
I actually don't have the logline in front of me, Connor.
That's okay. Yeah, I can read it out. Most of these can be found, or I'm sorry, I should say, all of these can be found in our Halloween Shorts channel on ScriptCamp. So if you guys want to go and read all the entries and check them out, then you can. So the logline is: searching a dry lake bed for her father, an experienced hiker stumbles upon the ruins of an old mining operation and an ancient life cycle resurgent. So, thank you so much for this. Let's, shall we have our industry guest comment? And let me take this off there we go. Okay. So, I'm going to move the actors to the audience just for a moment. We'll bring them back up for the next one. And then we'll have, there we go. Okay, so Zach and Max, comments from you guys. Whatever you guys think, whatever comments you want to share, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. First of all, more than anything, I thought the action lines were really compelling. The descriptions of sort of the environment and what was happening and the sort of creep and ick factor of it all was really, really like on point. I felt, I could imagine a director or someone like reading that and getting a lot of visual inspiration and things like that they could want to do and play with and everything there. So I found that really compelling. It was a really nice job.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, I agree. It was extremely descriptive and tight and well written, and you can see that the writer really has a vision of it in their head. You can see it's extremely vivid, and the Queen Wasp was a very scary image. I think that would be a lot of fun to see realized, and yeah, it's bold and very visual and well written, and I'm curious what the plans are for it, if it's going to be made into a short film or what your intentions are.
Go ahead, Roger. What do you think?
I would love to make it into a short film, or and have it sell and make a feature. I mean, I would love to do anything. I haven't shared it with too many people yet, so I'm certainly open to suggestions. But yeah, I would love to see where it goes next.
But would you direct it yourself, or would you want someone else to direct it?
Zach, I would love to direct it, but if it was, if that was the deal breaker, and I would be happy to be the writer and see the short get made and maybe lead to something else. So yeah, never would cravenly get it going. I'm down for it.
So this almost felt like a full feature, just kind of like condensed into. It felt like a full creature feature in just sort of 5 minutes, which was we even had a boss fight at the end. So I thought that was nice. I guess, Mike. So can I ask? We start with a conversation about global warming. Are you sort of connecting the degradation of the environment? Is that what has like dried out this lake bed and this whole like has sort of devastated this environment and led to the rise of these giant insects? Is that what you're sort of saying with the short?
Absolutely. They were. I imagine they were prehistoric, but yes, climate change led to them being, emerging from the earth again. Once upon a time, the script was 8 or 9 pages, and some of that was a little clear. And it was so hard to get it down to 5 pages, so I had to cut some of that. I think I lost a little clarity, but that's exactly right. And the dad at the beginning, Jamie makes a comment, you boomers are going to kill us all. I was hoping that would be foreshadowing of her dad literally trying to kill her, but maybe that didn't land. But
no, it does. He says, "I'm sorry for killing you." I was like, okay, well, there you go. He even used the parenthetical stung, which was very funny to use the stung parenthetical in the middle of the first page. So the father just became the slave to these wasps because he went on a walk in this sort of devastated environment and just stumbled upon it, or was there something more there? Like, why him specifically?
Yeah, there was in the feature version you would see or there would be more alluding to that yes, Dad walked out there, and Dad is one of the many boomers of this generation who doesn't seem to care or about climate change. So in the cosmic scales, he is stung by this thing, and in real life there are wasps that sting like caterpillars and turn the caterpillars into zombies that then birth. I mean, this is actually all based on a really gruesome 5-minute insect YouTube video that I took inspiration from. And I'm like, oh my God, this is terrifying. And much like the girl with all the gifts, the idea of like a real fungus and ants leaping to humans. I mean, I find that terrifying. So I kind of wanted to harness something like that.
Awesome. Thanks so much for that. Anything our actors wanted to share? If Meher, Aaron, or Mason, any thoughts that you guys had while reading this?
Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I felt like a lot of the subtext was actually quite clear. So I really enjoyed picking that stuff up even as we were reading it. It was really fun to perform. I love a strong girl who's got a lot of fight in her. I love seeing that on screen, and I hope to see it one day soon. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I love performing it. It made it easy to perform as well because it was well written. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Meher.
Yeah,
Aaron or Mason? Go ahead.
I would echo everything she just said. I just like the dialogue. It lends itself to just the way he's feeling. I also like the whole zombified aspect of it would be so much fun as an actor to do, just standing there with a bunch of, I mean, who knows what it would be, CGI, or if it would be like practical, but to just be around these like funny wasp things and just being a zombie would just be just a blast. I mean,
yeah.
Amazing.
The nice thing about that character too is that he's not just as like a zombie's scary enough, but a zombie that retains some intelligence and seems to know what it's doing or even enjoy what it's doing is even scarier.
Yeah, and I really liked like with the dad, it's the thing comes out of him and he's happy about it, which that's just so counterintuitive. No blood. It's just like, oh, this is great. Let's do it again.
He's having a blast, clearly. Thank you, Aaron.
Yep.
Thank you, Aaron. You guys are great.
Anyone who's not spoken that wants to share? All right, we'll move Roger back down. Thank you so much, Roger. Our first place winner, stung by Roger. Clapping sounds. Thank you. We have one more. We have our grand prize. Oh, wait, hang on. There's the clapping emoji. There it goes. Okay, so we have our grand prize winner left to announce. So let's just say what those prizes are going to be first. That's going to include 1 year of unlimited ScriptCamp, which is almost $600 value. Includes all of our 100 hours plus of classes per month. It's going to include a script consultation with myself. So if you're struggling with a script or a rewrite and not sure how to, address problems in your screenplay, you can go to scriptcamp.net/coverage and order a consultation from me, which is a full set of sticky notes and a half-hour call to explain the major points and answer any questions that you have. That's also going to include a year of Arc Studio Pro, $100 value, a month of Filmocracy Premium Festival Access, which is $30 value, a free submission to Killer Shorts, and a ScriptCamp backpack and laptop case with an $80 value, a gorgeous water-resistant ScriptCamp backpack, just what you need for hauling your laptop to Starbucks to write your next Oscar-winning script. And we have the snug, lightweight ScriptCamp laptop sleeve to prevent any scratch marks. The interior is lined with faux fur, so can't argue with that. All right, so plenty of great, beautiful prizes all around my head right now. Shall we announce the winner? Imaginary drums. The grand prize winner is going to be Lullaby by Jeremy Jackson, also known as Sea Ghost on our server. Come on up, Jeremy. Whoop. There he is.
Hi.
Just move his backpack out of the way. Hey, Jeremy. Thank you so much for entering our contest. We were glad to have you and glad to read the script. Anything you want to share about this one? Inspiration or where did this idea come from? Your plans for it or anything like that?
Sure. And again, thanks so much for hosting the contest, and I'm just super thrilled. The story actually came, you mentioned Script Hive. There was an activity on Script Hive, which is how I came to ScriptCamp, since there's so much crossover. But it was a 5-page duel contest, and the prompt for it was a character has to make an impossible decision. And just thinking of my own life as a husband and father, I took what I thought would be maybe one of the most horrible things that I would ever have to go through. And rather than put them at the end of the story, I put it at the beginning, and then tried to take it one step further as what would be more horrible than that. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. People have told me that maybe I should expand it a little bit, and I just haven't done that yet. But when I saw the contest and saw that it was exactly 5 pages and was horror, I just threw it out there and took a chance. So thank you.
Thank you. I think we're ready to do our reading, so let's get our actors back up. And since we had to reshuffle our roles just a little bit, Aaron, do you think that you can... So if we have Meher and Mason reading the characters, can we have Aaron read the stage directions on this one?
Sure.
I just sent it to you on Discord, Aaron, so you should have the PDF there. Let me just move our actors back up here.
Perfect.
Okay, and then if our actors will open that to our first page, I'll bring it up on our screen here, and we will get ready to read that. Here we go. I hope I don't mess it up this time. Does that work? Did it go? There we go. Okay, I got it. All right. Everybody ready to start?
Ready.
Go ahead. And my suggestion would be, for the most part, like maybe you could, like starting with the first one, read the slug line to the scene heading out. But for most of the scene headings, when you're reading a script out, you can just skip over them, and we get the story just fine. So no need to slow it down with reading every single slug line. And so whenever you're ready, take it away, Aaron.
Cool. Interior hospital consult room, night. Jim, 25, haggard, hunches over in a low sofa chair. A surgeon sits in a chair facing him.
We can operate to fix Amy's hemorrhage, but with the amount of blood she's already lost, there's only a slim chance she would survive the procedure. But if we act quickly and focus on delivering your son...
Mason, are you with us?
I'm muted, sorry.
Oh, you're muted. That's okay. Go ahead.
You're asking me to decide.
I'm sorry, I know this probably feels like an impossible choice, but we don't have much time.
Jim stares at his feet.
Mr. Kelly?
Alarms blare like air raid sirens from a vital signs monitor. Jim stands next to the bed of an unconscious Amy, 26, long brown hair. She holds her hand as doctors work hurriedly behind a curtain draped across the lower half of the bed. Suddenly, a baby's crying. Tears stream down Jim's face. He brushes a lock of hair from Amy's face. He leans down and gently kisses her forehead. A large country house surrounded by fields and forests. Snow gently falls, covering the world in ghostly white. Super 6 months later. A spacious living room. Expensive furniture is cluttered with baby toys, clothes, diaper boxes, old wine bottles. Jim, now with beard and shaggy hair, stands by the window, watching the snow. He holds his infant son, Mick, rocking him gently to sleep. The room is empty except for a crib and a small dresser. Jim lays a sleeping Mick down in his crib. He stares at a framed photo hanging above the crib. A picture of Jim and Amy, happy, holding each other close. Jim eats dinner alone at a large table. He chews mechanically, staring at the wall. His eyes settle on the empty chair across from him. He gulps the last swallow of wine from his glass, then carries his dishes out of the room. Jim puts his plate in the sink. He grabs the wine bottle off the counter to refill his glass. The glass slips in his hand. He fumbles to catch it. A cry from the other room. The glass shatters in the sink.
Shit.
Jim slams the wine bottle onto the counter. Hurries out of the room to check on Mick. The room is dark, except for a lamp on the end table. Jim sleeps on the couch, holding the wine bottle, snores softly. A cry from Mick's room. Jim continues sleeping. The distant sound of a woman speaking, the words distorted. The voice grows louder in Jim's ear until...
Jim?
Jim snorts awake, looks around, confused. He hears Mick and stands up, groaning. He staggers too. A woman's silhouette stands over Mick's crib. Jim freezes in the doorway, speechless, unsure if he's awake or dreaming. Sudden fear snaps him from his stupor.
Get away from my son!
The silhouette turns, and Jim sees the figure illuminated in the light from the doorway. A woman in a muddy black funeral dress. Her skin is a dry husk. Her face is skeletal. Her features are decomposing. Jim screams, wide-eyed. He charges into the room, ready to attack, then stops. He notices the woman is tenderly holding his now sleeping Mick in her arms. He notices her long brown hair, mournful eyes. Jim looks past the woman to the photograph on the wall. The dark room casts shadows across the picture of Amy's face, obscuring her features just like the woman. Jim gasps. Shocked, he falls to his knees. His eyes well with tears.
I'm so sorry.
The woman does not reply, only stares at him.
If I had the choice, it would have been me who died. I wish it was me.
Jim sobs. The woman looks down at Mick sleeping in her arms. She smiles at the infant and hums a quiet lullaby. Jim kneels beside the crib, silently crying, and listens. A clean-shaven Jim walks through the living room with a garbage bag, cleaning up the clutter and old wine bottles. A cry from Mick's room. Jim goes to Mick's door and peeks in. Inside Mick's room, the woman appears from the shadows, humming sweetly. She picks the child up. Jim smiles, then continues cleaning. The room is now painted a bright blue. Jim installs a mobile over Mick's crib. He whistles the woman's lullaby while he works. Jim sits outside Mick's door, listening to the woman hum to Mick. Contented, he closes his eyes.
Jim!
Jim opens his eyes. He's in a misty green field. He sees Amy, still alive and beautiful. He smiles.
I've missed you so much. I'm so happy you've come back to us.
Amy stands just a few feet from Jim, but she sounds as if she's yelling at him from across a great distance.
Jim, listen to me.
Jim strains to hear, puzzled.
Wake up, Jim. Wake up.
I don't understand.
Don't leave that thing alone with our baby.
Jim's eyes fly open. He's still on the floor next to Mick's room. He shoots to his feet and grabs the door handle. Locked. He pounds on the door. The woman stares down at Mick. Outside, Jim rattles the handle, slams against the door.
Please, please, let me in! Mick!
Mick begins to cry. The woman picks him up and gently shushes him. She smiles at the baby with sharp, black teeth. She unfashions the blouse of her dress, holds his head to her bare, rotting breast.
Give me my son!
The woman strokes Mick's hair as he feeds, and she softly hums her lullaby.
All right. Thanks, guys. Great job. That was Lullaby. Do we read the logline for this one already, or do you want to read that out for us now, Jeremy?
Sure, okay. Logline is: a mourning husband struggling to raise his infant son alone, finds solace in being haunted.
Find solace in being haunted. Thank you for that. All right, I'm going to move the actors down to the audience and move Jeremy up to the chair here. There we go. Zach and Max.
Nicely done, everyone. The reading and the script writing, everything was tight.
Yeah.
It's creepy, super dark, which I like. And I've never seen that reversal before. That's clever, where it's like you think it's like a comforting ghost, and it turns out not to be, and the character learns that too late, and that's cool. I like that a lot. But yeah, it was very well written.
Yeah, you did a really nice job. I think the mood was really, really clear. There was like that sort of the sense of place again, but also that sort of kind of creepy, kind of haunting, um, kind of wistful. There was like an element of that. The fact that it was a ghost story actually like came through in the writing and in the dialogue and kind of how spare it was, which I thought was really nice, as opposed to the previous one, which was a little like, because it had more action in it, it felt more muscular, like in both its dialogue and its action lines, and this felt a little bit more ethereal, a little bit more kind of like a sense of loss. So I thought you did a really nice job of kind of giving the mood through both the action and the dialogue.
Agreed. Thanks, Max. So with this one, I think a lot of horror stories end, and we kind of know what's going to happen, even if it's as basic as, oh, she's going to get eaten by a wasp in a couple weeks from the time that we resume. With this one, I was kind of wondering what is going to happen at the end. Maybe I'll just ask Jeremy, what do you think happens next? Like, we've already done a sort of double rug pull of one, the ghost seems to be good. Then we pull the rug again to say, no, it's actually bad. Where do you see the character going from here?
I've consciously not thought about it. I just kind of left it. Like, hopefully he breaks in and gets his son, but I don't know.
Okay.
If I need to expand it, I definitely have to think that out. But I kind of wrote it, and it was kind of so personal to me, I just left it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry.
No, it's fine. No, horror often does work really well with that sort of ambiguity, too. I guess I was just wondering maybe, like, if there's more to the story, or you feel like that is sort of the definitive ending. Like, is this something you would want to expand into something more like a feature?
I think I would, just based on the feedback. But again, like, I feel like it was so personal when I wrote it. I just kind of went over it over and over again, and then I was kind of burned out on it. And again, it personally felt hard to read for me, so I just kind of left it. But I do eventually want to get back to it.
Awesome. Actors have anything to share? Anyone else who's here?
Yeah, I felt like this script was such a good example of show, don't tell, and I feel like that Max and Zach also touched on that, and that's why the mood comes across so beautifully. As a performer, I think it would be interesting if the role of Amy and then the role of the ghost would also be played by the same actress, or would it be different? And then that would be such a cool thing to play off of, because again, I didn't mind that it was left up to interpretation, but like, is the ghost actually purposely mimicking the picture that was in the baby's room to be able to kind of infiltrate the house? Like, I really enjoyed it in that sense, and I love when ghost stories have an element of mystery to them, because it is about death, and death is the unknown for us a lot of the time. So I love an open ending, because an ending like that where the dad is trying to get to his kid is the kind of film or story that has me yelling at my TV. So I love a character that I can root for regardless of the ending. So thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks, Meher.
Yeah,
Anyone else?
I basically kind of just echo everything that she said. It's nice when it's kind of show, don't tell, because I think a lot of things that I read are a lot of like, okay, that was unnecessary, so it was really nice. I think while I was reading it originally, I was kind of really rooting for, like, when he started to, all right, he's shaven and he's like has his life together. I was like, oh, that's nice. Now he's gonna have this like dead woman take care of his baby. We're gonna live happily ever after. Aww. And then the end happens. You're like, oh no.
That'd be the Beetlejuice ending, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Mason. Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, I had fun reading the action. It was great. It was kind of funny. I got to the end, and like you were saying, you're not sure where it's going. I got these. Does anybody know What Dreams May Come, which is a Robin Williams movie? I got these vibes of like the ghost just taking the kid, and then the dead wife showing up, and them going on this journey through like the underworld trying to find the kid. That would be like super interesting. Just throwing it out there. I would watch that. But yeah, that's all I got. It was great. I enjoyed it.
Thanks, Aaron. And that's the end of our little awards ceremony. We came in right under time. Look at that. So we want to thank again everyone so much for coming. And all the who submitted.
Nice job,
thank
guys.
you. Everyone who submitted. We will have more of these contests and more of these little readings. Not on Oye though, because this will be gone, as we found out yesterday, within 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So we'll find some other platform. Yeah, more like oh no at this point.
Oh no. Yeah.
Do you think they like that we're trashing their service on here? So I think that we want to thank everyone for coming. Max and Zach, anything that you guys want to plug or any upcoming projects that you want to talk about, any social media or anything else that you want to let everyone know about?
Oh gosh, no. If there was anything coming out soon, I would plug it. But as anyone who starts to get into this thing will realize, the time horizons are very, very long. So, by the time I can plug something, we may all be ghosts.
True, too true.
But
maybe an old thing or a thing that's already out and that people can watch.
If you want, please feel free to check out The Spy on Netflix. It doesn't make me more money, but it's nice if anyone enjoys it. If you want to follow me on socials, it's like Max F Perry on I think everything. Thanks for having me, guys. And really, really, really great job. Writing shorts. I think the other thing I just want to say is writing shorts is really hard, and I think writing shorts is actually harder than writing longer stuff. So just really nice job all around. Everyone should be proud of themselves.
Thanks, Max.
I agree with that. Writing shorts is very challenging. I've never quite been able to nail it, except when it's like for hire and there's no choice. And it's definitely its own art form, and I'm excited to see what both of those short filmmakers do with it. They were both equally well written. I thought very tight, very visual, and they each had their own unique, definitive aesthetic, which is great. And it's enjoyable. Thanks for having me. You can follow me on whatever social, Twitter, Instagram. I have a movie coming out, hopefully at the end of next year, called Bait and Switch. So fingers crossed that it stays on track. But, like Max said, everything is so wildly uncertain that, who knows what'll happen or not happen.
It's not a great time for features, it turns out, right now in general.
Everyone says write it as TV, but I'm stubborn and I'm, holding out for features. So we'll see what happens.
That's great. And what's the best place to watch Better Watch Out?
It usually is free on Prime this time of year. I don't know if it is just free yet, but it's on like Crackle and Tubi and pretty much everything except Netflix US.
Okay.
Because it's too much like The Babysitter. It looks just like Netflix's movie, The Babysitter, which is why we have not been on Netflix yet, is what we were told.
Oh. Well, I had no idea that was why. Okay. But yeah, Tubi and Crackle will have it for free. So check out Better Watch Out for your holiday spooky needs, which is very fitting because we're doing Halloween shorts in December as well. So there you go. I think we're wrapping up. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. This was sort of a new territory, experimental territory for us. So we're glad to have been able to get such great actors and writers and guests up on stage for this. So thanks for coming. We want to let you know we have upcoming classes. We're doing a new full boot camp for feature writing and a new boot camp for TV writing. So December 16th, that's next Friday, from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. You can come to week 1 of our brand new TV pilot writing class. And our new feature program starts in January, on January 8th. That's going to be Sundays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's an 8-week class to write a whole feature from beginning to end. So we hope to see you guys there. If you want to sign up, you can go to scriptcamp.net/membership and start a free trial for unlimited access to all of these classes, all of these events, and everything on all of our very diverse skill camp servers. Nacho, anything else we want to leave people with today? I think Nacho's here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we'd like to just thank our sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Arc Studio Pro, Filmocracy.com, and Killer Shorts, the 2022 Killer Shorts Horror Short Screenplay Competition.
Awesome. Thank you, sponsors, and to everybody else. We're going to wish you a great rest of your weekend, and to all ScriptCamp students, if you want to come back later today, we do have lab from 4 to 6 if you want to get some extra help, get unstuck on any writing project that you're currently working on. So have a great night, everybody. We hope to see you soon on ScriptCamp.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.